So we've got senior coach Nola from Prospect today, and she's going to be sharing all of her secrets, or maybe not all of her secrets, on how she helped so many of the local women in Adelaide to lose over 14,000 kilos, as well as dealing with her own weight loss journey and all her tips about that. So let's get into it. So, Nola, could you start us off and
Hello,
just tell us?
everybody. Lovely to see everybody.
Hi, Nola. Sorry, I didn't introduce you. So, could you just start us off with telling us a little bit about your personal weight loss story?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look. I've been a healthies girl now for about 16 years. So my weight loss journey started definitely before then. So well over sort of, probably 25 years ago. I found I was in a really, really busy job, which I absolutely loved, but I was married to my job. So that's all I did. I didn't have children at that time. I had a hubby, but, we're busy traveling and having a great time and wasn't really looking after myself. Had a lot of stress with that job as well. And, I guess we're on a holiday one day in Vietnam and I kind of caught, I don't know, we were out and about in a street and some little kid came up to me, and you got to love kids because they are brutally honest. And he said to me, "Hey, lady, you got really big boobs." And I was like, "Oh, what?" Do you know what I mean? And I sort of turned around and there was a window and I sort of caught my reflection. I thought, "Oh, wow, like how did I get this big?" Like I didn't even realize, because I was perfectly happy and loved my job and loved my husband, loved my life, and the weight was never held me back. Do you know what I mean? I never found it restricted me from doing anything. I just didn't realize. And and it was like, oh my God. And that was a real aha moment for me. And I sort of thought, wow, I've actually got to do something about this. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, I came back from that holiday, and sadly, Healthy Inspirations wasn't around then, which is the only weight loss solution, clearly. But, and I remember, I was mortified and there was no way I was going to walk in anywhere. So I sort of sat on the phone and just rang places and tried to, I guess, get a bit of a feel for things. I'm a people person, so I can sort of pick up straight away what's going to be right for me. And, I had this busy job and I didn't know really, how I was going to do it. And, I did come across a program with some prepackaged food, which I'm sure, some others might have done that in the past. And I sort of started that and, I did a great job, set myself a small goal to lose 10 kilos by an event, felt better already, set myself another goal to lose another 10. And then, of course, I thought, woohoo, I'm cured. I don't need to do
Mm.
this anymore. And slowly over the next 6 months put all that weight back on. So I
Mhm.
didn't really learn anything. And then, maybe 6 months later, I thought, you know what, I tried to lose some weight on my own, went to the gym, tried to watch what I eat, didn't really get the results. And I had actually convinced myself that was the only way I could lose weight. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to eat supermarket food. I'm going to need to go and do that again. So I went and rejoined up again, which is actually, do you know what I mean, what they exactly they would love me to do. And I went on and I did lose 10 kilos and I lost the motivation. I mean, my background's Italian. We absolutely love food.
Mm.
And honestly, how could I do that to myself and keep eating that sort of food? It really wasn't for me. And it was interesting, around that time, I had some changes with my job and I'd lost some weight, and I worked with a wonderful woman, Kate, who also had a weight loss journey, and we had some changes at work. And we sort of got together one day over coffee, and I sort of, she said, "What are you doing, Knowles?" And I said, "You know what, I really want to run my own business, but I don't know what." And she says, "Yeah, I'm the same." And I said, "Look, we should just do something together." Do you know what I mean? We didn't know what we're going to do. We actually looked into lots of different things, like opening up a coffee franchise. I mean,
Mhm.
thank goodness we didn't do that. I'd be, 3 times the size probably with all those great cakes and gelatis. But
That's
we
it.
looked at lots of different things. And I remember that a friend of mine, when I was trying to lose weight, she was a personal trainer, and she used to lug me up. If you're from Adelaide, you know Mount Lofty. So every Saturday she'd take me up Mount Lofty, which is quite a hefty walk, which is actually probably the cruelest thing to do to somebody losing weight, because we know you can't out train a diet. But I would follow her perk little butt cheeks up that mountain every
Mm.
Saturday. And she gave me a lot of motivation, my dear friend Penny. And, I just thought, this is a great thing. Do you know what I mean? Getting all the endorphins. And I sort of knew that. And, she told me a bit about healthy inspirations. And she's like, Nola, you should go and have a look at this business in Blackwood. It's definitely your kind of thing. And I went up there and the vibe immediately, you can feel it when you walk in the place. And, it's very open and it just felt so comfortable. I thought, oh my goodness, this is what I would absolutely love to do. It's a long story. I won't go into everything, but, we spent a long time sort of researching, healthy inspirations if it was going to be the right fit for us. Jamie probably remembers, and Ellen, Kate and I flew ourselves up to Brisbane to actually interview them to see if they're going to be the best place for us as well. Made ourselves go along to a conference to make sure the culture was right for us as well. And we also went on the eating plan. And that was life-changing for me because I had my last sort of 7 kilos to lose. And I went on the eating plan and never looked back. So, it was just really liberating to learn about your own portions, eating your own food. So really working out what to eat, how often, the ideal portion sizes, given all the tools and the recipes and things like that. And, fast forward and we opened up our own centre on Glen Osmond Road at Fruval, which has been absolutely fantastic. And then a couple of years later, opened up our centre on Prospect Road, which has been wonderful. Love it so much. And the members have been so great. They found me a house here and I moved into the area. So I'm also a resident here as well. So, yeah, it's been a really inspiring journey. And I guess I understand firsthand what you're going through. My team here at Prospect, we have combined lost over 100 kilos, whether that's been 5 kilos or over 20 kilos, which a few of us have done. But it's actually just really important that we do understand exactly what you're going through. We know how hard that first step is to walk through the door. If not, just ring, click on a link, just do something to make that first step. Do you know what I mean? And you won't look back.
Fantastic. Wow, what a story. And
That was a short version.
and obviously, like you said, a really life-changing event when you went on the eating plan, because
Yeah.
that you'd learnt that it was just real food. You could just eat real food. You wouldn't be
Yeah,
tied into
absolutely.
that.
And look, we've been really lucky. And for those of you who've been around with Healthy Inspirations, you might know we've got 2 types of eating plans. So I initially went on our moderate carbohydrate eating plan, which was our Great Shape program. Absolutely sensational. You got all the food groups, all the guesswork's taken out of it. Literally the easiest thing to do is to follow it. It's probably the hardest as well, but that's where our one-on-one coaching comes in, which I think is a really critical part of our program, and just being held accountable. And how lucky that I get to work with coaches who also can keep me accountable too. So, really there we definitely understand what it's like, and life can get in the way. And then over the time, probably about 8 years ago, we introduced our unique individual carbohydrate tolerance program, which has been a real game changer for people to really identify, I guess, in a very easy way, how much carbohydrate their body can handle while they're losing weight. For some women, it's not much, but for others, it can be a lot. And just seeing those changes with those. And it's funny because I remember when the program came out, I thought, oh crap, I better try this one too and see what it's like. And look, I remember firsthand the first week thinking, oh my God, I am starving. And I was like
Oh,
coming into the centre and like going to the coaches, how is anyone going to do this? I just want to eat my own hand. You know what I mean? Like so hungry. And look, that's one of those things in the first week. But if you can just push through the first week, you'll notice amazing changes. And I've actually stayed on that reset program now for good because it is just fantastic. And even my own doctor, my family have got a history of high cholesterol, and my doctor is always, I religiously get my bloods taken in January every year. That's my birthday. And those markers, have come down each year as well. And they're always like, what are you doing? They're just seriously impressed by how great this is for your health.
absolutely. And we find that with so many things. Women come to Healthy Inspirations to try and hit their weight loss goals, but then they get all these extra benefits of all the health
Oh,
benefits and better
absolutely.
sleep and all these,
Yeah.
their doctors are blown away.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Mm.
absolutely. Like it's really empowering. Do you know what I mean? And like
Mm.
we see it every day, and we try not to take it for granted because it's amazing. People are off their medications,
Mm.
they're coping with life better, they're a lot happier.
Okay, Nola. So can I just dive a little bit more into that topic of the weekly accountability with the one-on-one coaching? What
Mhm.
other benefits do women mention about having that in the program?
Yeah, look, I think that's a really unique part of our program that it is one-on-one. But, for us, we always say, look, we're there to give people a lot of support, be their best cheerleader, but lots of encouragement, but also a lot of accountability. Like you've decided you want to lose 10 kilos, 20 kilos, you want to fit into those jeans. Well, guess what? I want to put a little QR code on your bottom. Make sure you're doing, really walking the talk. And, we really want you to get those results for yourself. Do you know what I mean? And we just find that when people are feeling really good and looking really good, they can be the best version of themselves for everybody else. So just life becomes a lot easier. And, we really do work out in those coaching, like they are personalised. So we know if you need a big hug that day, or we know if you need a big kick up the bum. Like we can really work that out. And, we've got lots of different coaches too. So, we always find as well, like find the coach for you as well. So, you'd be fortunate enough, in your centre, to have a number of coaches, like reach out to coaches and really get what you can from everyone because they definitely understand where you're coming from.
Fantastic. And
Mm.
could I also get your three best weight loss tips to share with everybody?
Okay, yeah, definitely. I think the number one is you absolutely have to put yourself at the top of your to-do list. Like this is non-negotiable. Your goals are really important. None of your friends, none of your family, if you're working, your workmates, your boss are never going to put your goals first. If you don't put them first, you are serving everybody else and their goals and their needs before your own. And that's just, we've got one life. So go and enjoy it and make sure it's the best version of you. I always make sure on the top of my to-do list, I'm doing what I need to in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's my workout or I've got to do some meal prep or anything like that. My second tip would be meal prep. It is really important to have what you need on hand. Lots of times we've got members that come into the centre, they're tired, they're frazzled, they've not eaten all day for some reason, and they're really here and they're keen, they want to get in the circuit, they want to get exercising, it makes them feel so good. Well, guess what? I actually send them home or send them to the shops because their goal is to lose weight, and that's the most important thing. We've got to get that nutrition in our body and not be starving it. So really making sure you've got what you need. So for me and my family, I tend to shop every Sunday for all my fruit and veg. I buy lots of my meat in bulk, so it's in the freezer and it's portioned up and ready to go. I also like batch cooking. So, I'm quite a big fan in winter of getting the slow cooker on, having lots of like vegetarian based soups that I can add different proteins to. It just makes life easier. So, yeah, sure, I might be cooking for, I don't know, 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is, but, I've got a few things ready to go. I mean, if you're like, you might be like me and you've got kids at home, they're all playing sport. So see, their needs are coming first. You've got to drop them off to sport because, 10-year-olds can't drive themselves. But, you've got to like have everything there that you need. Otherwise, you're going to make an easy choice and probably not the best choice for your goals. So, it's really important. I think, if I'm going to have a cheat and, get caught off guard, I want to have a cheat with something that I want. Do you know what I mean? Like, and not just, have a poor choice and grab a quick takeaway or something like that.
Mm.
And how many tips have I done? Two. And I think
Two.
the third one, I really am passionate about movement. I think it's really important to keep your joints moving. I've done lots of different exercise. And I just think I know now, like I am, aging. I know I might not look it, but I turn 50 next year. But, I think it's actually about just finding what works for you and what fits in. We always say here, look, we're not training to be athletes or eating like dietitians. Like this is just being consistent, getting about at least 30 minutes of exercise in most days of the week. Getting a bit huffy and puffy is really important, but just find what works for you. You don't need to be exercising every day if you're doing the right thing and eating well, but find the things you like. So some of us like doing that, some of us don't, but, just get a little bit in and definitely do activities that you enjoy. Like I've loved getting back onto the tennis court after a back injury last season, and that has just been absolutely fantastic to do that because that's just something that I love to do. And I'm also really passionate about hiking, and I try and get quite a bit of green time in as well. Just, it's good for your physical health, it's good for your mental health too. So, and, I just think that would be my top three. Like put yourself on the top of the to-do list, definitely plan your food as much as possible. And the third one is, find things that you love to do exercise wise.
Excellent.
Oh, can I have
Thank you.
four? Can I have another one?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
okay. Because I actually think also like surround yourself with good people and don't be frightened to share your goals with people because a lot of us can be really, I remember when I was losing weight, like I was really embarrassed to tell people and share it. Like I kept it a massive secret. I remember the first time I tried to lose weight, for 6 months, I went out only once because it was a girlfriend's special 30th birthday. Do you know what I mean? Like I
Mm,
wouldn't do anything. Do you know what I mean? But I think when you surround yourself by the right people, you know, and just being really sincere about, you know, I'm trying to shift weight because whatever the reason is, do you know what I mean? Like my health, I'm not in great health, do you know what I mean? Or I'm
mm.
shifting weight just for me and I really need your support. But that's actually really important because you've got your people around you to support you along the way, do you know what I mean? So, you know, and I'm really lucky. My family are really supportive. My husband's fantastic. Like I still to this day, I've been with Healthies for 16 years and I weigh and measure my food. And I know lots of people think, oh my goodness, you're still doing that. But you know, for me, like the portions I've worked out are really important. I'll always want to eat more. There's no doubt about it. But it's like that's my portion of protein. Do you know what I mean? That is my portion of fat, and I need to stick with it. So, you know, it's good to have people. You know, hubby will weigh the food for me, but he is supporting me in my goals, and I think you can get friends, family, workmates, all those sort of things to do that for you as well. That was probably
Yeah,
five.
I love it. Keep the tips coming. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it. So
so good.
if
Phone a
if you
friend. Ring me if you need some help.
that's it. I mean, that's what I was going to say. We have lots of members mention finding those women at the center. They know what it's
Yeah.
like. They want to inspire each other and encourage each
Yes.
other and understand each other. And so it's such a great, safe community in that regard as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I mean, it's a community and it's fantastic. There's so much support here and it's with like-minded women who absolutely understand what you're going through and there's ups and downs all along the way. So, yeah.
Mm, yeah. So then, just as one last question for us, Nola, if someone asked you, hey, you know what, I'm trying to lose weight or I'm thinking about a
Yeah.
weight loss program, what would you say to them?
Yeah, look, I would actually say just call Healthies. I mean, my own centre here, you know, we've been here 14 years. We've nearly lost 15 ton. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm,
we've definitely got a great solution, and you've got the support, the accountability, the encouragement. You've got the fitness all under one roof. So I actually couldn't recommend anything else. Do you know what I mean? It's perfect. It works.
and and you've lived it yourself. You've tried other things before you knew about
Absolutely.
healthy, and then it was still
Absolutely.
life changing for you
Yeah,
to do the
absolutely.
program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great. Again, Nola, thank you so much for sharing a really inspiring story. We love your energy. I'm totally pumped to, you know, do my meal prep and do some exercise that I enjoy. I love it. That's great. And get my husband on board with the portion sizing. That's good too. um, so yeah, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see everybody when we're talking to our next weight loss success story. Thanks, Nola.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for watching. So if you like that video, obviously give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends and your family and everybody you know. But more importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can catch all of the weight loss tips in the future. And we'll see you on the next video.